Hello, good night, everyone. This is Baha Pips. It's currently Monday, August 21st, 2023, 8:03 p.m. Eastern China time, and I'm going to be trading the Euro US dollar on the 1 minute chart. Let's start off by looking at the fundamentals just to see if there's any high impact news in the day, and it looks pretty clear for me. So I'm going to go on to the charts next. I like to use two calendars just so I can get a better overview of what's going on. So I'm also going to look at the Forex Factory calendar so I can see if there's anything that might sneak in on one company. And it looks like they're both pretty clear. And as you can see, when I scroll down, they're currently at the New York Open about past 7 minutes. Right now, we're currently looking at Bitcoin. I had some Bitcoin shorts from earlier, but it looks like I might end up closing out at break even or pretty much close to break even if price continues to surge on up. I was up by about 1 hour, but it looks like the markets is kind of whipsawing around. Kind of the bias I was getting for the entirety of the day was just pure whipsaw movement, as you can see over here on the 4 hour time frame. Doesn't really look like it's going to continue that downtrend that happened last week. So I am going to end up possibly closing out of this soon if it does continue on up a little bit past my break even. Reason why I didn't have it exactly at break even was simply because I have the spread that I have to wait for. So you see that red line right there? That is a spread. And sometimes price could come back to the origin of the trade, but not exactly stop it out. So I always have it just a little bit above or below a specific entry point until I have clearance. So this was an area of conflict. Looks like price is currently trying to retest that area of conflict. And yeah, like I said, if price continues on going higher up, I will end up closing out of this trade. Now on to the Euro US dollar, which is what I'll be trading today. I want to trade for about an hour, give or take. We have enough movement. Now there are a couple of things that I noticed right off the rip. Looks like Euro US dollar is currently in a little range right now. Looks like price was going on an uptrend for the majority of the day. We can see that earlier today around London session, pre-US market was congesting for a couple of hours. Couldn't really take any trades out of that tight range right there, but we do have some pretty clear uptrends that did occur shortly afterwards. Looks like price has been moving on up for the most part, and when it's time to reverse, we have some potential sells that looks like they could have went. See slowing in trends. Yeah, I say it's a pretty decent movement for the day, so I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm gonna possibly take some trades. I just want to see how much it's been moving for the past hour. See, it's barely 10 pips. So I still would like to see more movement coming out of this, but it is tradable, looking like a potential short setup. Depending on this minute or two, we can get like maybe 2 or 3 pip stop loss, or a 4 pip target, maybe a little bit lower. Price was attempting to go on up and break the highs of 1.09138, but was rejected. And looks like we are currently undergoing a possible reversal back to the downside. We did have a nice little thrust earlier, which was kind of giving clue that buyers were getting exhausted. Look around 1437, buyers started actually getting exhausted, and I think I get it like a solid two to 3 pip stop loss. I'll take this sell right here. 2.1, like 3.2 pips. My stop loss, give or take, about 3.2 pips, and I'm gonna go for 2 to 1 just because we haven't really gotten that much momentum, not that much movement in the past hours. So go for maybe like 6. 7.6. I'll give me a solid 2 to 1. This is the first trade of the day. See how this goes. Nice, beautiful, perfect drop to the lows. Immediately, that's exactly what I like to see. I just see price like go right away. Pretty fast move. First move of the session. First major move of the session is happening right now. Trail this to break even pretty shortly, but right now it's a little too early for me. I'm using 3.2 pips because I have to allocate for the spread and sometimes there's slippage, so I don't want to put it exactly at that point. I don't have the liquid. I'm trading off of a not the greatest broker, so there is that too. Depending on your broker, you can get tighter stops, but for me, I have to have this little additional space. Right after this minute, though, depending on what price it's giving, I'm going to look to trail price to break even. It's a little too early to do that right now. Could go a little bit tighter now. I'm going to get about 3 pips. What we're doing here. 3 pips. I'm sure to break even after this minute if we can follow through to the downside. Let y'all know shortly. Trade number 1, currently in the money of about almost 1 hour. I'm gonna trail this to break even. One pip, pretty much. Want to see price clear these lows, then it's gonna be at break even. And we clear these lows. Not, it could be some trouble for the long, so I'm gonna get out into our loss. Okay, break even. There we go. Wonderful. And collect some profits as well. You guys are all seeing this in real time, by the way. So win or lose, I am showing y'all my true trading process. I don't normally trade the US session neither. I try to opt to trade and go a little bit more aggressive on this one. 0.5 R is what I'm collecting at worst case scenario. So I'm going to collect at least 0.5 R now. I like to show y'all what I do in real time. Price does reverse and hit my stop loss. I'm going to collect 0.5 R profits. Pretty much is telling me that we might be reversing back into the range of the past 30 minutes, and that's not good for selling. So I want to get out as soon as possible. I'm going to go a little bit more aggressive as price proceeds in my favor. I love doing this in front of y'all because it's like it validates who I am as a trader and as a person. I like to be transparent. So now I'm collecting about almost 1 R. I want to like I said, I always want to leave a little bit of space. Collecting at least 0.7 R. If it goes against me, it's totally fine. It's just telling me not as bearish as I think we are. Totally fine. Context to change up while we're in the middle of a trade. That's why it's important to always manage your position while you're in a trade. It's not just you enter the trade and it goes to your target or something. That leaves a lot of hope on the table. When you actually manage it, see now it's whipsawing around. I don't want to hold it past this bar, so I'm looking to get out actually at these next most recent lows. At least try my stop at these recent lows, because right now it's telling me price is whipsawing, so I don't want to hold anything beyond these lows. I'm actually gonna collect 5.2 pips. I'm gonna collect as soon as price drops on down a little bit further. I'm gonna reduce my stop because it's kind of whipsawy. So I'm gonna do a few things right now. Basically, I'm trading my own market, so that's what I'm doing right now. Just showing y'all, collecting at least 1 R minimum, but I'm also trading my own market. Price comes back up again to me, I'm gonna close out, add to 1 R, but we can possibly get out further. Wait, market execution. As it pops back on up, I'm gonna close this. So yeah, we're up. I'm up over 1 R. I'm about 1.4, 1.3 R. I'll assess it later. But yeah, this is about the extent. I don't think price is gonna go down much more. Hey, I'm locking. Oh, there we go. All right, it just wanted to close out for me. Awesome. So that was a good trade, really good. I managed the position pretty right, as you may see in just a moment. It might start reversing. I saw it started whipsawing around. That's what happens when you start reading price intra-minute. So yeah, great, excellent trade. I collected about 5.6 pips on that. So let me just pull out my calculator so I can show y'all how much that is. It could continue going down, but I need some more acceleration. I need to see a new trend emerge. Right now, it's kind of weak. We started losing momentum, and when that starts to happen, I want to get out as soon as possible. Just a moment. I want to do that calculation real quick. 5.6 pips. About 1.75, about 1.7 R, give or take. Yeah. Currently up 1.7 R. Hey, whew, that was a great trade. Done and dusted. Now you guys can see how it's starting to come back, right? Trust me, what I just did takes a very long time. Read price on that type of scale, that is intra-minute. That's not even the 1 minute. That's intra-minute. That's basically, I'm going into the quantum realm of trading, algorithms, bots, all that. They trade at the lower time frames, but I can read, when price is slowing down exactly to the point. I'm not perfect at it, but that's what I'm working on at this phase. You can see I got out at a much better price as if I held it and I was hoping. So this is real-time trading. I don't see people really doing this online. So this is why y'all should continue to follow me, because I'm actually showing transparency proof. Like literally, there's nothing I'm hiding. I mean, literally nothing I'm hiding. In the meantime, I'm also looking at Bitcoin. As y'all can see, it came all the way back up to the origin of that trade and looks like it might want to top it out. So I'm not going to go against it, but pretty much we are in that area of conflict. I'm not going to move my stop unless we continue dragging back on down. But this is what I mean by the market could come back and retest price whenever it wants. I don't want to be held accountable for getting out of a trade too early because of fear. So I have general rules to get out. And it looks like it could be a stop out, but hey, it's better than losing 1R. I was risking 1R, which is about 0.5% of my account. Now I'm only risking like 0.25 R. So either way, it's a win to me. Even if it's a loss, I was able to manage the trade accordingly. And this is a swing trade. I'll show y'all on the 4-hour where I was heading. So as y'all can see, I was going for 8R. But hey, if it doesn't go, that's because like I already called it from earlier, so there's no reason to get upset. But price has just been chopping around, and I don't like that. It was going down, and then we hit. I'll show y'all right now. We look to the far left at June 15th. We hit these lows, and we pierced it, but we came directly back into the range, and it was a deep pullback. So anything that is kind of currently pushing on down still, I'm just looking at it with a little bit of suspicion, just because it's not as clean as the previous day. And because of that, I just don't want to hold on to something and hope that it continues to go down. I'm not a buy or sell and hope person. I am a direct real-time trader. So I'm not playing that game. If it's either gonna hit my target, I can trail this tighter at the end of the day. I already trailed it towards break even in the middle of the day. As y'all can see, I'm gonna show y'all exactly how crazy this market can be and how you have precise you have to be. So price just went all the way up close, right, gave me a tiny bit of drawdown, right? If I did not give it enough space, it could have popped up here. And you see the spread, you see that red line, and then you see the white line down below. So this is the spread, that distance. So if it came up here, the spread, it looks like the spread is about what, 108.60. So if it came up here, it would have hit 160 higher. So it would have actually stopped me out. You see that? So that's a crazy part about the markets. Like, you have to also account for the spread, because people don't know that, but it's moving on up as of now. So if price did go up the past 10 minutes ago, it just hit a lot of stops that were selling earlier in the day. So I always add the spread to my trades. Even on the Euro US dollar, you can see that I did add the spread to that trade. And yeah, I just wanted to highlight that. Hey, looks like we are continuing back to the downside. Actually, a pretty solid trend continuation trade, but I need to see more sellers coming into the market. That was beautiful. It's like we're picking up in momentum. I might start to look for another potential trade opportunity very shortly. I'm gonna trade between 30 minutes to an hour today. That's just as much stamina as I have right now. I don't have the endurance to like trade for 2 hours right now. It's because it is a lot of work. You have to account. You have to take every minute into consideration. As we are continuing down. Let's see. So yeah, that was a great exit. I would not have entered right away just because still a little bit, you know, not the greatest. Oh, there's a DP pattern right here. This trend right here is about 5 pips, so I do need to see it continue down a little bit further. If it starts to see doing things like this, I don't like it. I just don't like this. So that trend is just about over. Could continue down. But I don't chase the market. I have very strict criteria as to when to enter, when to exit. I'm now looking at the lows of 1.08915 to be taken out before I consider this range to be in jeopardy. So we're still in the range. We're still overall bullish. It was a deep pullback, but retracement looks to be ending sometime soon. I'm not going to trade this trend that just happened. It looks a little bit weak to me. The most recent wave just kind of dropped. Most recent wave dropped about 5 pips. So for me, I need a 3-pip stop loss, and I don't want to go for that if it's just giving weak waves. Yeah, I need like a 3-pip stop loss at least. That would bring me about to the end of this range, but I don't like it. I need to see the much stronger wave coming into my trade trigger, and I'm not getting that. So I'm just gonna sit on my hands. By the way, I bit my tongue earlier, like last week, so that's why I'm like talking. It sounded like I got a little lisp. Freaking hurts. And if y'all have a solution for that, that would be awesome. I'd be greatly appreciated. I hate biting my tongue. I just chew really fast, and I talk quick too. So sometimes I might catch myself, and it's so annoying. Right. My solution: I gotta have a trading plan for how I'm eating. It's always when I'm eating too. Yeah, I eat, I chew, I get ahead of my chewing. Boom, crunch, crunch, right on my tongue. Damn, god damn it. All good. Looks like we are whipsawing, so no trade right now. Not a good time. Looks like we also hit some lows, so I'm gonna highlight that as well. Bring one of these horizontal lines right here. Most recent lows. And yeah, I'm looking for a possible reversal. We do need to get above the highs of 1.09033. I'm not interested in any sells right now just because we are just kind of whipsawing back and forth. I know this is a good opportunity. At least it looks like one, but I'm not getting swindled into a trade just to give back my money that I just made. No, absolutely not. I'd rather just keep what I have and just see what's next. Feel me? Look at this. It's already given like that little fear factor right now. Like, do we want to go up? Do we want to go down? Do we want to go up? Do we want to go down? What is it? I don't care. I don't like it. Expand this range to these highs right here. I'm always actively managing my position, and when I'm not managing my trades and I'm not in the trade, I'm still actively commentating price action and scenario planning. So I'm always getting ready for the next move. I know this could be a short right here, but I'm not FOMO. I'm not a FOMO type trader. So you won't see me hopping in just because it's still going. No, I got out. I got my money. I'm not greedy. I got out because there's valid evidence. There's very clear evidence that this is not moving as I planned for it to move. I didn't plan for a price to continue going down and then whipsawing around. I did not plan for that. So for me, it's not moving according to my plan. So right now I am out. But my next plan is, yeah, if we do get a strong enough wave and it breaks the lows of 1.08915, I may consider re-entering a sell after a pullback of that break. But until then, we are in a dangerous territory. Right now, price could be getting set up to reverse, and I don't want to go short it at the lower end of a range. We are at the lower end of a price range, and like I said, we could potentially start to reverse and anytime now. And I don't want to be caught up in that. So yes, if you're still trading this, you do have a chance of continuing to hold through. But personally, I'm out. That's not my trading. That's not my style. You gotta control your emotions when trading. Fear, greed, um, FOMO, the opposite of FOMO, not fear of missing out, but fear of getting in. There's a lot, there's a lot of vices you have to battle with yourself on a daily basis. You don't have a trading journal, it's hard. I have a trading journal. I made a trading journal before, and honestly, it is so helpful. Nice, nice drop. We are falling. No, not trading. I find it really interesting when price drops down to a support or rising up to a resistance for an uptrend, and it does it with a lot of power, and then it just stalls out at them areas. I find it very interesting when it does that. That's a sign. Irony of this trade. Look at this. Bitcoin. Foreign. Yes. And at this point, I don't want to hold anything beyond this break even. So I'm officially going to move my trade to be risk free. Actually, give me some ducats on the way too. Let me collect some. Oh yeah, look, I'm gonna bring it to break even at this point. So risk free for Bitcoin. Those of you that are watching, you can see when I post this on my stories and everything, I tell the truth. There's nothing for me to hide. So y'all can see the exact trade that I post online, and I am completely honest and transparent about what I do. Why? Because I don't care. Like, this is my journey, not yours. You know, you can watch, but you're not part of this. You know, Euro USD, it's reversing as I called. Promise y'all, I'm not predicting. While the majority of the world is caught up in predicting trades, they're all like, oh, it's going to bounce off this high or this low, and it's going to go here next and there next. And when it doesn't, I'm going to get out. That is not real trading. I keep telling people that's gambling, that's predicting. There's a big difference, and you won't understand this unless you get to a certain level of trading, but there's a big difference between predictive trading and reactive trading. Predictive trading is somebody saying, oh, I'm going to go short from. Let me give you all an example of predictive trading. See this all the time, and I shake my head. Somebody's waiting for the highs of right here, 1.08895 to be broken, right? Say price was currently here, and we've seen that price was bouncing back and forth. Somebody could say, oh yeah, I'm gonna wait for these highs to get broken, and then I'm gonna go long, and I'm gonna wait for a break, retest, and go long, right? So now it broke, it pulled back, and then yes, they get one good trade. That's predictive trading, because what's gonna happen now is that they're gonna try to do that again. Oh, there's a high right there. I'm gonna wait for a break, retest, and if it doesn't, then there's a low nearby. I'm gonna wait. They're gonna keep predictive trading. There's a break, there's a retest, there's a continuation, but what happens afterwards? They don't get the right trade. It's not the same. It's different context, different variables, different day, different week. It could be anything. But you see, it did break. No, it did break right around here. It did retest, and yeah, you're in. And what happens? You're stopped out. Some people don't have stop losses, or some people have super wide stops. It's not real trading. Like, I'm tired of like repeating myself, but don't get caught up in that. Not get caught up in that mess. Right now, I'm currently awaiting further price action in 37 minutes. So to me, there's plenty of movement, but it is choppy, whipsawy market context. So I'm very aware of that, and I don't like that. I could be ending my session shortly. I just need to see more. I need to see price move a lot quicker than it is right now. This could be a reversal to the upside, I know, but I like to see a follow through. So this could be a bottom formation, but because like we're just in conflict of the current downtrend. This high is around 1.09, 1.092. Kind of testing those highs right now. So if I do look for a buy trigger above the most recent minute, what it's gonna do is get me in conflict with the down wave that's currently happening right now, because there's still a current down wave. So I don't want to trade in a conflicting market condition, and so I need to see more conviction before I look for a reversal right now. It's a little too early. But also, if this starts to go back down, then I'm also not going to sell it because it's whipping around. I call it whipsaw type movement. So I'm also going to just leave it alone. We'll see what happens. And like I said, I watched the market context. Kind of was reading price action earlier in the day, and it does look like it was doing similar type of setups. Like it goes into a long-term range for 2 hours around 10 o'clock. And then price breaks out, and then it gives like a nice little long potential buy, but then that buy is like whipping around back and forth. So kind of like what I did earlier with my sell, I would have got out. Then it goes on a little bit further, around 1241, and there's like a reversal that doesn't even work, and we have nothing for a while. Then around 1330, see price actually finally did drop down, but there's a low of that range between 12 o'clock and 1330 that it was testing, and it failed. And then we got a little reversal around 1354, possible buy. That was a nice one. That was about it. That's all I really see. Other than that, it's a bunch of chop congestion. It's not like it was a clean day. So like I said, look at right now, if price breaks below the lows of 1.08979, I'm probably going to stop trading for the day just because I got my one and done. It was open to the market. I got one nice move, and I'm good with that. It's one of those days. Very, very sideways, congested, horizontal type movement. I like more vertical, straightforward movement. So we're going to see what happens any moment. Like I said, if it could continue on and break above 1.09058 with enough thrust, the magnitude is strong enough for me to look for a possible trade. But right now, it's just whipping around, indecisive. And whenever the market gets like that, I don't want to take a trade in that condition because I have a higher probability of my setup not working because other setups aren't working prior to mine. So, see, this one right here is doing the same stuff, whipping around. Okay. I'll determine if I'm going to close up shop for the day with my one win very shortly. Looks like a potential false break. Gotta be really patient. People think scalping is like actively pressing the button. I'm like, no. How much did I press the buy and sell button this whole time? One time, and then I closed it. It's been about 30 minutes, 32 minutes and 52 seconds. Let me check. Might have missed the trade talking. Not really. It's okay. I think I was pretty fine skipping that. It was in conflict. I try to get one of these videos at least once or twice a week for y'all. Just because this is my little treat. Also, just practice for me. I like trading in front of people just because it shows my discipline and my performance in NBA or any major leagues, NFL, whatever, major sports, entertainment too. When you're performing, you're actually performing in front of people at your greatest. So, there's practice and then there's real time performance. That's exactly what I like to do sometimes. Kind of show y'all like what it's like be in my seat. Okay. This uptrend is extraordinarily weak, like not even one pip. So I do not want to buy into this. It's not strong at all. I just get out of this. mess. It's whipping around again, so absolutely not gonna buy it. With that being said, I'm done. It's giving me too many conflicting signals. I'm not trading this, and yeah, it was a great trading session. I'm glad y'all was able to actually see me trade, and I'm gonna just live to trade another day. I broke down Bitcoin in front of y'all. I have a weekly technical breakdown. I made that video earlier today, and I've been pretty active today. So traded. I did some live trading for about 35 minutes now. I caught one win, 1-0, about 1.7 hour. See, told y'all did not want to go for that buy. And with that being said, we are officially in conflict. We could have a sell back to the downside, which is absolutely true, but I don't know if I want to take it. This wave needs to be much stronger than it currently is. I need to see a pullback, and I still need to see further confirmation. And we do have some significant lows now. We did have that major shift up. I would need to see the lows of 1.08936 taken out as well before I look for a short. That low is going to be in conflict with this low right here, 1.08916. Even if these lows of 1.08936 is taken out, I would still need price to pierce through 1.08916. And then, and only then, I'll be able to look for potential trade setup. We still kind of floating around this little area. I'm not going to take a trade, and I'm actually going to walk away. So then 36 minutes, I caught one trade. Everything else has been choppy. And that's it for the day, for the night for me. So I'm glad y'all got to see everything pretty much. You know, lastly, I'm just measuring this. There's a possible sell setting up right now, but you need like 2.4. Can you get? There's a possible sell, but this is getting way too large now. Way too large. You need like a 3-pip stop loss, 6-pip target. It could go down. We could reverse, but I said it's been choppy. It's been giving false signals. I got a good signal because it was obvious for me, but leading into my trade, it was actually giving some solid signals, which is why I took my trade earlier. Now it's giving false triggers all over the place leading into this trigger. So I don't want to be led into the wrong context. So I'm gonna leave this one alone, but I'm gonna look at it and I'll probably mark it all in my trading view chart when I'm posting my screenshot later. But yeah, that's about it. Seeing a bunch of jump. It looks like it could be reversing to the downside. This is a top formation, one of my patterns that I trade. The past 10 minutes created a nice like top, but doesn't look too stable because, like I said, the price coming into this was unstable, and so I'm not going to take a trade. Leave it alone, and not going to gamble with whatever I got today. So y'all have a great day. It's been great trading live in front of y'all again in real time. It's an honor to be able to do this for a living and also in front of the world. So y'all can see a real trader really perform and don't have to hide nothing. But yeah, everyone have a great day. Good luck trading. Trade safe. Link is going to be below this video. If you want to check my screenshots of my daily trades that I do take on a regular on day trading. I also have a bunch of blog posts on my website. So if you click on the blog tab when you get to the 1minutetraders.com, there's a tab called blog, and you can look at all my blogs for the past I think it's been about 7 years now. 7 years of blogging. So I have different articles that I've written over the years. If you want to get some insight on my knowledge, pick my brain a little. If you're interested in private coaching, there's a tab called private coaching. Just please email me first before making any purchases, just because there's a purchase button, but we get to that after I screen you. I need to screen you first to see if you're a right candidate for me to coach, and then we can proceed to the payment. So if you're interested in private coaching, I do a 6-month plan and I do a year plan. And yeah, if you really want to up your trading to the next level, hit me up. My email is also forexcapitalmanagement@gmail.com. It's on my website as well, as you may be able to see. And that's it. So yeah, y'all have a great day, and peace.